This week in our PWC review, we take a look at the Seadoo RXT-X 260 RS.
Seadoo tell us this model redefines performance with a 260 horsepower engine and the best power to weight ratio amongst the three-seater crafts.
It also comes with a host of features, including the intelligent brake and reverse, or IBR braking system, which is the first of its kind on the water. The IBR is situated on the handlebars, acts like a brake on a bike, so if the craft is moving forward, when squeezed will slow you down. If you're already stopped, it'll move you in reverse, giving you an added level of control as your hands never have to leave the bars.
The RXT-X 260 RS also has a stepped, stable and strong S3 hull that gets its inspiration from high-performance boats. The step is set behind the intake and overall is designed to help streamline your ride, increase stability, keep you glued to the water and reduce drag for a faster, smoother ride, particularly in choppy water.
The AES, or Advanced Ergonomic Steering, gives you the option to adjust both the handlebar width and the grip angle, and further customisation also comes in the form of the eye control settings that change the profile of the engine between touring and sport modes. The touring mode features a gentler acceleration curve that will appeal to most people, but the sport mode allows more aggressive, hard-hitting acceleration for those keen on more advanced riding techniques.
You'll also continue to get Seadoo's dual lanyards, one a programmable riding key that allows you to limit the performance of the craft based on the rider's skill level, and the other that's embedded with a unique microchip, and it serves as a bonus theft prevention solution.
The end result overall is that the RXT-X 260 RS is designed to be a high-tech, high-speed, great handling thrill machine that is arguably Seadoo's best ever candidate in rough water. The best part of this review for us is the next part though, as it's time to find out for ourselves just how this bad boy measures up.
Well Kev, the RXT-X 260 RS has a lot of great features mate, but what about the hull on it?
Yeah, the S3 hull is a stepped hull. It's revolutionary for personal watercraft and it's working really well. It's designed to reduce laminar flow, fuel consumption and help with drag, but geez, it worked really well.
Now through the smooth water I found that it handled fantastically.
Yeah, it did. It seems to slip across the water ever so gently, but some of the chop that we had, it was still quite good.
The S3 hull, mate, tell me, what should I be noticing?
Okay, if you rode the old ski, you'd probably detect that the ski handles a lot better. It's a bit smoother and certainly a lot better in the rough. But just riding it out of the box, you may not realise exactly what it's doing for you. Yeah,
well, we were on smooth water and I found that it turned just as well as probably all the other skis that I've ridden as well. But honestly, I don't think I felt a great deal of difference in it.
Yeah, again, you probably don't realise the benefits you're getting. It's just slippery through the water. It's really low in the drag and it just works a treat. As you become more advanced in your riding style, then you'll start to see exactly what it's doing for you.
But you've taken the RXT-X in the rough. What's it like?
Yeah, it's great. Actually, I've been out in the open ocean, into Bass Strait and other open waters around Australia with this ski, and I must say I'm really impressed with that hull, and I never once felt that I'd not be in control of the craft. And when you're running in 3 or 4 metre swell and 2 or 3 metre waves, you really need to understand what the craft's doing, and every time I've done that, I've had complete faith in it.
The new brake system, the IBR system, I know that it works because when I pulled it in, the boat did pull up. Look, it's not a brake as in like a brake for a car, but is it something that you would use for, say, cornering? Basically, all I used it for was so I didn't hit you in front of me, and when I was reversing, really.
Well, Bella, you've hit it on the head. You didn't hit me, so obviously it's working and it's working well. You did notice when the ski started, it didn't move. Traditionally, jet skis, when you start them, they take off. With the IBR unit, the ski just sits still. And certainly you just use it when you feel you need to.
But is it something that if you are deep into a corner, can you use it as a brake? Can you sort of use it?
I probably wouldn't recommend it.
No?
Yeah, it's more for mooring and just generally manoeuvring the craft around.
What about in the 260 engine?
It's an engine that's been around for a while, but with all the developments they've had over the years, they've refined it and got more horsepower. It's still maintained a reliability, a real powerhouse. That motor's been around for a little while now, so it's tried, true, tested, absolutely bulletproof. Getting fantastic horsepower. The economy's great now with 2 modes. We've got a touring and a sport mode, and it just works well.
I did notice a difference between the 2 modes, there's no doubt about that. Other than that, if I was somebody that was to buy a jet ski, I'd be more worried about the longevity of it. Is this something that people look for when they're buying jet skis?
Oh, of course they do. You don't want to make a big investment and find that the thing's unreliable. And this motor, it's been around, it's a Rotax motor, and it's just great. Rotax is a major manufacturer in Europe, and they've been developing go-kart engines and jet ski motors for a long time.
Has it got enough speed for somebody like you?
Oh, absolutely. With that S3 hull and all the advances there, plus the motor on top, it's a great horsepower, brutal ski.
The RXT-X, what does the X stand for?
The X is the X factor, and that comes with a lot of features. It's not just red and black, but we get the X handlebars. They're fully adjustable. They go in, they go out, they're up and down.
That was fantastic. Adjust them higher for when you're standing up, and then adjust them lower for sitting down. It is something that is not a gimmick.
It works, it's tried, it's tested, it's revolutionary now, a standard on the new models of Seadoo, and it's a really handy feature.
You don't have to stop to adjust them at any time either. You can do it on the run as well, which is great.
Yeah, you can, which is good. And on the X, you can adjust the angle of the grips, so if you choose standing up all the time, you can adjust those.
For the RXT-X 260 RS, I thought it was great being just a beginner rider and just a novice type rider, but for someone of your riding ability, what did you think of it?
I thought the craft was more than handy in everything that I would ever ask it to do. Great touring ski, fantastic out in the rougher ocean water, just all round, very nice ski to ride.
Well, Kev, if there was one thing that I could say about the RXT-X, it would be a couple of times there, fiddling around to get it started was a bit of a pain.
You will find that on various times. It's now running through a logic control system, so the dash will be going through some system checks before you start it. You just need to be aware of that. The benefits of such a logic control system is to make sure all the functions of the craft are working. You don't want to rely on the IBR unit and find out when you need to use it, it doesn't operate.
All right, well that just about wraps up the RXT-X 260 RS. That's it for this week. Kev, we'll catch you next week.
Absolutely, Belly.
Definitely. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week on PWC.